All right. Good morning, friends. It is day one of our Power 30 and day one of our 90-day goal challenge. And whether or not you're waking up early with me or making time to do a Power 30 whenever it fits best into your day, thank you and way to go. This is for you, not for me, right? I'm waking up early because I want to make sure that we get our daily tasks done in as early as we possibly can. So that's why I'm personally waking up early, but that doesn't mean you have to, right? You can fit this in just like our business anytime it fits into your lifestyle. So the first thing we're going to do is fill out our action plan. Let me go ahead and do a screen share. And we will start with the decision. I hope that it can be seen. Okay, so the decision. I hope you've been thinking about what your goal is going to be for this 90 days, and specifically for this first month. But we need to have our bigger goal so that we know how to break down our smaller goals. So we're going to start off by writing down the goal that is your end goal that you wish to achieve by day 90. And this isn't for anybody else but you. And if you need help figuring out what goal would be best for you, or you kind of know what you want to do, but you need a little bit of help breaking things down, awesome. I would love to help you. All right, so just take a few minutes, go ahead and start writing stuff down. I'm going to see if we can just get some chill music going on in the background. Chill mix. Let's see if we can do some music so we're not just having some silence while we're filling our stuff out. I'm fine with silence, but I also love music. Okay, write down the goal you wish to achieve by day 90. It's also okay to have different facets of your goal. So if your goal is to have, if you're a leader and you want to build your business, you want to grow your team, but you also want to grow your club, but you also want to grow your BRV, it's okay to have different facets because all the things we're going to be doing will be helping um, to work toward achieving those goals. My husband's up making coffee. So I hope you enjoy the sounds of that. All right, the next question is why do you want to achieve it? Why is it important to you? Be honest with yourself. You don't have to show this to anybody. This is your goal. This is your sheet. You don't have to show this to anybody. All right. It's okay if you haven't quite finished that. I'm going to keep moving on. I want you to imagine that you've achieved this outcome, right? Just put yourself in this space. At the end of the 90 days, you have reached your goal, whether it's selling, doing the 3 open party plan that we have and making an extra $150 a month, whether you have added new teammates to your team, whether it's helping have your team engaged, whatever your goal is, I want you to imagine that you're there at the end of the 90 days. How do you feel? What does it feel like to have reached your goal? Then write that down. Stop share for just a sec. Okay, I just had to check a setting. Oh wait, did I share the wrong one? Oh wait, shoot. No. I didn't even go back to the right one. Sorry, dudes. Okay. All right, so how do you feel when you imagine that you've achieved your outcome? All right, final question on this page is, how will you need to change personally to become the person who has achieved this goal? What do you need to be disciplined with? What do you need to give up? It's only 90 days. Maybe it's you give up watching one show a day. Maybe you love watching a couple shows at the end of the day, or whatever the case may be. What if you shift how you spend that 30 to 60 minutes? What if you give up fear? Give up being afraid to talk to people? What if you remove any judgment that you hold over yourself? You know what I mean? What if you, how do you need to change to be the person who has achieved this? All right. So that is the final question on the first page of the decision. So if you haven't printed that out yet, go ahead and print it out. If you want to just use a notebook and write down these questions and your answers to them. Because we will be going back as well with a couple of these, because we're going to be doing this every 30 days. We're going to reevaluate, reassess. So the questions on the decision, write down the goal you want to achieve by day 90. Why do you want to achieve it? How do you feel when you imagine achieving this outcome? And how will you need to change to become the person who has achieved this? Perfect. I can't see who it is. I'm doing a screen share. You're listening, but you have sick kiddos, so you can't hop on. And Michelle, awesome. Well, I'm so glad you could join us. All right, so we just finished the first page. So I'm going to share share the other page now. Oh, there you are. There's your face. Your forehead. All right, the next page in this. So I think, just going back real quick, how you will need to change to become the person who has achieved this is a really critical part of this this worksheet, because we can't stay exactly the same and see growth, right? We have to be willing to change. Even if it's just temporary to get different habits in place, we have to be willing to change to see growth, okay? All right, next is the plan. Let me find the right. Nope. Yes, the plan. You guys can see the plan? All right. It says, take the time to really think about what your plan needs to look like in order to make the outcome happen. A good idea may be to come up with smaller bite-sized goals. So this is what we're going to be doing every 30 days. So I know what my big goal is. Say your big goal is to sell a total of 9,000 PRV in the next 3 months. So what does that look like this month? 3,000 PRV. That's a big goal for a lot of people. Maybe let's break it down. What if you have been consistently selling 2,000 PRV and you want to earn annual sales, because that rehacks today. Day 1 of our Scentsy year starts today. So what if you decide this year I'm going to earn annual sales? Well, that averages to about $2,500 every month in sales. Okay, so what can you do to push that extra bit to earn that 2,500? My goal is always to have 3,000, because that gives me a little bit of slush room if I'm unable to maybe do it 1 month, or I have a really, really awesome month. That kind of allows me to have extra in store, if you will. So from start to finish, I want you to really think about, okay, here's my goal for this first 30 days. How can I break it down? How can I complete this outcome to help me work toward that bigger goal? And here's the fun caveat. You are not allowed to say, I don't know. You have to find a way to make it work. This is where it's going to be challenging. You're going to need to push yourself. This is where growth comes in. But I don't know is off of the table. Okay. All right. So what are the steps from start to finish? And again, if you need help figuring out, well, gosh, I have this big goal. I am not quite sure how to make it into smaller bite-sized chunks. I'm not sure what I should do for the first 30 days. That's okay. Ask for help. Ask me, ask your sponsor, ask your director. Somebody will help you. Okay. All right. So I'm going to turn that music back up. I don't know if you guys can still hear it. It's really difficult, especially when you are reaching, well, I shouldn't say it's really difficult. That's placing feelings. Personally, I find that when I have a big goal, oftentimes this invisible wall goes up in my head and I'm like, but I don't know how to get there. Um, so removing that vernacular from our vocabulary, it helps you kind of chip away at that I don't know wall that kind of pops up. It helps you remove a brick at a time. You know what I mean? So you do know how. It just takes time to pause and think. And oftentimes it's hard for us to just pause and think. Our world is so fast paced. We have things to do. Everybody is busy. Social media doesn't help us with the comparison game, but it's okay to just pause and exist for a minute and figure out how you're going to want to move forward. And we haven't quite gotten to the last page yet, but we do have our daily checklist that is part of this plan. And so I think writing down, okay, I'm going to do the daily checklist as my plan is going to help me just stay on task. Okay, I know these are the items I want to do. The 5x7 checklist is on there. So I'm going to make sure to write it down so I actually complete it. All right, give you another second while I just switch over to the next screen. Oopsies. Hit the wrong button. I don't think you guys saw it on your end though. Okay. This is actually my favorite part of the worksheet because it helps you overcome obstacles before they happen. This is the fail plan page. So now that you are clear on what your goal is for the 30 days and how you're going to achieve it, now it's time to look at what's going to happen in your next 30 days that could potentially keep you from succeeding. And this is going to help you figure out, okay, I know I am going on a trip for this amount of time. How can I still work my business? What can I put into place now to help me be successful then, right? Or what if a kid gets sick? We're coming up on the end of the school year. What if there's a school activity that pops up that I want to go to? Write it down as the obstacle. I'm about to sneeze. Excuse me. Great. So write down the obstacle that could come up or that you already know is going to be in your calendar. Get your calendar out now. Thank you. Get your calendar out, get your planner out, whatever you use, and look in this next 30 days. What is coming up in your life that could be an obstacle? Oh, you are so welcome, Michelle. I hope it helps. What could be an obstacle? And what is your plan or strategy to work around it? So, for example, Mother's Day is the 14th, right? I am a mother. I plan to just hang out with my kids that day. So what can I do now? What plan can I put into place to make sure that everything else gets done? Okay, there's a couple things. Schedule posts. And this works for any obstacle, right? That's an option integrated into any VIP groups, or already have your it's called copy ready. So already know what you're going to post. This is where planning ahead comes in really handy. Already know what you're going to post. Have it ready, open in a note or in the boards app, and have it ready to just drop right in as a post. So you don't have to think about it. You're in, you're out, and you're done with your day, right? Be ready to make the offers. Be ready to follow up. Have something prepared so that you can still succeed and still move forward in your business. All right, so I'm going to give you a minute to fill out all those obstacles in your 30 days. I actually have my calendar out, so I'm going to look at those right now. Like right now, today, I'm such a ding dong. I just got back from being gone for over 2 weeks. And I decided the day after I get back is a good time to go to my chiropractor and schedule 2 other appointments. And we're also having friends over for dinner tonight who happen to be in town. And so I have a limited time, and I also working out is important to me. So I also know I need to schedule that sometime in there. So I have to be intentional with this, right? I need to make time to do this. All right, so I'm going to start, how I'm going to work out today. So I'm going to look at other obstacles that I have coming up this month. And what's fun too is if you decide to, hey Lindsay, welcome. We're going over the fail plan part of our worksheet. We've already done the first couple pages. So something that's fun to incorporate, like Cinco de Mayo is this week, May the 4th is this week. You can use those things that are already occurring in a calendar to add content to your VIP group, to your personal profile, however you're doing it. Use whatever's on the calendar to aid in whatever you're going to post about. You know what I mean? It doesn't always have to be Scentsy. You're building your organic following, right? Your authentic self with all of this as well on social media. All right, so obstacles. Kids have an early release next week, and I'm taking my daughter to get her nails done after school. So I need to get my stuff done early that day. So I'll make my plan on how to do that. I'm also going out of town mid-month for a couple of nights. So this is where I'm going to have those pre-written posts ready to go. Okay, we will move to the next sheet, the final page, if you will. This is the daily worksheet. Let me find it real quick. Wait, yeah, yes, the 5x7. You guys can see that? It says day and then blank. Perfect. So this is something you're going to use every single day. So the best way to get your to-do list done is to actually only do 3 things a day. Like prioritize the 3 things, because when you start and finish a task, rather than starting a lot of little things, you're going to minimize your to-do list like incredibly fast. In the comments, Michelle said she hasn't seen her mom for a year, and she flies in right at the end of month 1 for a whole month. Okay. Usually I always schedule posts when I know I'm busy. Yeah, it's such a cool tool that we have at our disposal to be able to plan for those times. So on the daily task list, the 3 things that you want to accomplish, the 3 top things, that's in addition to that 5x7 checklist. So that today, I've got all my stuff going, but I also need to get my customer mail going. I need to do the team shout outs and stats for the last month. I need to start finagling that information because it requires downloading reports, and it's like this whole thing, right? And then what was my 3rd thing? I don't know. I'm going to get there. But the idea is to get those top 3 things done. And if you have extra time after you've done your top 3 things and your 5x7 checklist, then you can move to other things on your list. It's really awesome if you have a notebook that you're using for all of this. At the back page, have like an action item list. It's also called like a parking lot list, but things that if you have extra time, you want to get done. It's not a super priority right now, but you know that you want to get them done in the future. Have an action item checklist, because it's kind of like a brain dump, right? The things that we think we want to do, but then oftentimes if we don't write it down, we forget about it. And then when it comes up again, there's this frantic feeling of, oh crap, I forgot to do this last time. And so then you want to do it immediately. Have a list ready to go. All right, so this 5x7 checklist, I have talked about this so much, but I know we have new people and people who are potentially, hearing about it for the first time. This 5x7 checklist, it started off as the 5x5 checklist, but because we're doing 90-day challenge, we do this every day. The 5x7 checklist is an intentional way to work your business, do IPAs, and help move your business forward, just like a notch a day. Does that make sense? So I have it listed out in like the easiest, in my mind, the easiest to the most difficult. And I'm actually going to invite you to flip the order in which you do things. I always leave the connection part last, and that seems to be the one that gets the boot the quickest. So I would encourage you, I would invite you to start with the connect with 5 to 10 new leads. This will help your business grow organically. This is something fun that I like to do on Instagram specifically, where I search for hashtags of like the current book series I'm reading, or people who love the same energy drink I do, people who love to work out, people who love Harry Potter. You can search hashtags, and if they're Instagram vibes with you, like you're like, man, I would love to follow this person and they have good content, I think I could connect with them. Nothing about Scentsy. Just you want to just you want to connect with them on a regular basis. Find a post you like, comment on it, follow them. And I actually like to keep a written list of who I'm following so that I can go back and keep following them and keep engaged with them, because I want to build a relationship naturally. Post in your Instagram stories, make a reel or go live. Those are pretty straightforward. Also, when you can, show your face and let people hear your voice, because again, they want to see you. You want them to connect with you, and you want them to be able to follow you and build that relationship as well. Follow up with your customers. That also goes if you have a team, follow up with your team. Don't leave this one out. This one is super important because so much money is left on the table because of lack of follow-up. So much potential is left on the table because of lack of follow-up. And I am not perfect. This is a major part of why I'm doing this 90-day challenge too, is because I need to get better about being disciplined with these items instead of just doing it sporadically when it feels right. All right, the next one is make one offer, host, join, or buy. And this is every single day. And it doesn't mean you can't make more than one offer. Just make at least one offer a day. Lindsay said in the comments, I've never set up scheduled posts, and I know it would be a game changer for me. It's just actually sitting down and doing it. Yeah, you get in your way all the time. Yes, we all get in our own ways. And I'll talk on that in a second. I'll come right back to that. And the final one is make one post, Instagram or Facebook, every day. You want to provide value. You want to provide authenticity. And at the end of the day, you can brain dump. What worked? What didn't work? What do you hope to do tomorrow? Brain dump at the end so that you can just have this fresh assessment of your day to be able to move forward. It's really important. If you happen to miss a day, don't skip that day. So say I do really well Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, what a crappy day. And then Thursday, don't change Thursday to day 3. There's still data in missing a day. So Wednesday, I missed a day, a kid got sick, whatever the case may be, things just like piled up. Write that down in the brain dump lessons learned. Count that as a day, even if you did nothing else, because that's life. You can't just skip days in life, right? That'll help you move forward. Okay, shoot, that was an unexpected obstacle. So then go back to your fail plan obstacle page and say, okay, next time I have an obstacle like this, here's what I'm going to do. Cool. Okay, I was going to come back to getting in our own way. Oh my gosh, this is like, it is so easy for us to keep this judgment on ourselves and work based out of fear of what a result or somebody may or may not say, what it might be. It's so easy to live in the, well, this happened in the past, so I expect it to happen again in the future. And forget to live in the moment and say, this is a new day, a new time. I expect a new result. So I would invite you to remove that judgment from yourself, whatever's happened in the past, whatever fear you might have. The answer is going to be yes or no. And it's not personal. And I hope you can remember that, right? That's one of the hardest things in this business is the people. And then all the stories we tell ourselves and separating that story from the actual circumstance versus the actions I can take. I would invite you to just let that crap go. And I know it's so much easier said than done, but we tell ourselves stories all the time in our head. So if something is happening and you start like maybe having that spiral, maybe take a breath, pause and say, okay, is this helpful to what I'm doing right now? Is this serving me in any way? Is this truth or is it a story I'm making up? And how can I move forward? Yeah. So every day I actually have an option. I can't remember if I uploaded it into the file in the group at all, but you can print these 4 to a page if you want to save on paper. Or like I said, if you have a notebook and you want to just use that notebook, have this in there as like a template that you can use and just use your own notebook. That's okay too. You don't have to print all these papers out. Whatever's going to be easiest for you, make sure that you just do it. You stick to it and use us for accountability. We're here to help you. And if you want, like I said, if you want help making your goal, if you want help figuring out how to break it down, you're not quite sure how to do it, what you want to do, ask for help. We are here to help and we are so happy to help you. And the proverbial me and your leaders, whoever your sponsor is, whoever your director is, whoever your star director is, we can always help you. But I encourage you to stick to it. It's going to be hard. It's going to be challenging at times. And that's why we have that fail plan, right? That's why we have that plan in place of, okay, some days are going to be crap. Don't skip it. But Brett, like I was talking earlier, know that it was crap and move on. Don't beat yourself up for it. Life happens. We can't always, it's not predictable. So fun. But be okay with adapting and know that you have a fail plan in place. All right, we have like 2 minutes left. Y'all have any questions?
No, I just came really to listen.
Oh no, I can't hear you. Hold on.
Oh,
no, it was me. I was muted.
Oh, sorry. I thought it was me. I never jump on these Zooms, to be honest. So I thought maybe I was doing something wrong.
Nope, it was me.
No, I just made myself show up this morning because every Thursday I go to jump on the call and I just don't.
Yeah.
I really just don't because I don't, not that I don't feel a part of a team, but it's more myself stopping me because if I actually start joining in, then I'm going to probably start like doing shit and like getting involved. And then I'm like, oh God, no, like it's really just me. So,
yeah.
But I did post about how I was going to SFR on my Facebook. I've had a friend for like 15 years and I didn't even know her mom sold Scentsy until like last year when I started selling Scentsy, and she's a director or something. So she was like, I'll actually see you. I'm going with my mom. And I haven't seen her in years because she moved away. So that like is pretty exciting because I was like, oh, I'll be hunting you and your mom down. So
how cool is that?
I thought that was really cool. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And I was like, how did I not even know your mom ever sold Scentsy? I literally was buying from like Sabrina, who we worked with at Applebee's like 15 years ago. So
gosh, how funny.
You're so good. You say good morning.
That is good morning. How are you?
Will you go put your clothes back on, please? Love
Gosh,
you.
that is so cool. Oh, I love that. And see, it's what happens when we remove the stories and when we're willing to be open and consistent and disciplined. Like I am so excited to see how we start this 90 days and how we finish it, you know?
Yeah, me too. I've like the daily 5 already printed out. It's on my wall. I am prepared for this. So it's just me doing it.
Okay, cool. And
yes, I am prepared.
I have that chat too through the event. So feel free to like check in on that chat specifically when you've completed a task, or if you're stuck on something, if you have questions, feel free to use that chat, because everybody who wants to be in this 90 days, who wants more, who wants to grow, will be in that chat. Everybody is
okay,
welcome.
awesome. And like I nothing against Sabrina because she does her business, but I know that she's not like in it, you know what I mean? Yep. Like for questions and stuff. So I've personally, I don't even like saying this out loud, I have been in Scentsy for 2 years and I've never even done a home party.
Okay, that's okay. You joined during a time when home parties weren't a thing anymore.
Yeah, I've really kept everything online, and since it's opened up, I have not allowed myself out,
Okay.
like, to do anything. So I've been wanting to, get into a hard party, like, go out and find an event, but also I have, a few realtor friends I wanted to reach out to. So if I do have any questions for, like, how I should start that or go about that, I can just, like, you wouldn't mind if I bothered you.
Not one bit. And like that's a fun thing to be able to put into your plan too. Like as you're writing your plan out, add I want to
Yeah.
do one home party.
Yeah, even if they're out of town, like, I'm open to drive a couple hours to build my business and stuff, so
Love that.
yeah, it's
Yay.
just it makes me uncomfortable and I don't
Are
know
you
where to
feeling
start or how to
sweaty?
do it.
Are you feeling
Yeah.
sweaty and clammy? Good.
My yeah.
Good.
Mhm.
I love
Yeah,
that.
I am. It makes me uncomfortable, and Brooklyn does all of those things already. Like, she gets out there, but it's more like following through. And so we work off each other really well.
Uh-huh.
Like, she's more social and I'm more in. So I'm glad she's gonna come along with me also to FSR. I didn't really think she would do it, but she did. So
Yay. And it's really cool to be able to have those relationships that you can kind of push and pull each other.
yeah.
Lean into that too, for sure.
Yeah, because I've had these teamies for like probably a year now. And I mean, they can't work their business if I'm not really working my business and showing them.
Mhm.
And so I messaged one of my other girls last night who actually reinstated after she fell off because she
Okay.
wasn't doing anything, but she went ahead and reinstated. But I messaged her last night and at like, I mean, 11 o'clock, she joined SFR and she said she's like really scared, but we're gonna take the leap together.
I'm
So
so excited. That's very exciting. And if there's anybody who decides that they missed the cutoff last night and they want to join us, there'll be walk-ins available.
okay. Yeah, I
Yeah,
was gonna bring my husband, but I told him no, he can go next year. Like this is for me.
that's fair.
Yeah.
Cool.
So let me get the drive and everything going. But
Love it.
okay, hello, good morning. All right.
Awesome. Okay, well, that is the end of our first Power 30. Thank you for joining us. And if you're catching the replay, if you have questions, let us know. And I hope to see you guys back here tomorrow.
All
Bye.
right, yay. See you guys. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.